Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming at you with another computer peripheral first impression. This is actually of my new Madcatz r.a.t. gaming mouse. Okay, first thing I noticed is it comes in a great box. I mean, just the box is just beautiful. And it has a lot of important information on the box that I'd like to share with you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just read it straight off the box. Like in fine print right there, it has a precision aim. It has a precision aim button. It also has a weight system, which I'll go into in this video. And it's adjustable. Okay, so yeah, I'll go into all that. They have some wireless ones, they have some USB ones, they have the r.a.t. 3, 5, 7, they've got a few others, but this is the r.a.t. 5. It's more of just a first impressions because I've only had it for a day, and I've been using it to play MechWarrior Online and to do a little bit of tooling around in the Star Citizen hangar module, but that's really all I've been doing. Okay, this is a 5600 DPI. It has 5,600 dots per inch on its tracking, and that's crazy high, but okay, that's great. It has true 5,600 DPI laser sensor. This one happens to be for the PC or Mac. You can adjust the DPI range from 100 to 5,600 in 25 DPI increments. It accelerates up to 50G. Dynamic up to 1000 hertz. Tracking speed is up to 6 meters per second. Okay, it's always on. It has slick feet, which I'll go into in a minute. Gold plated connector, absolutely. Braided cable, yes. LED colors. It shows for the modes the red, blue, and the purple. And I'll show you the mode. And then on the back it says it has 18 user-definable commands via programming buttons. Pushing it off the bottom, right? It slides out the bottom, da-da-da-da-da, and then it opens from the top. Da-da-da, and it comes in nice black foam, and that's really all you get. Plus you get this pack of little decals and manuals. The pack, right? Okay, let's open this up. Dun-dun-dun. It comes with some junk, of course, you know. But it also comes with some cool stuff. Stickers, right? Okay, it comes with some Madcatz stickers. You can put them wherever you like. That's cool. That's just free advertising. It comes with a Combat Pilot special offer. Go to combatpilot.com. I might just do that because I'm a big flight sim kind of guy. I might just do that. That's good advertising right there. What's this? Damage Inc. It's a PC game, Pacific Squadron World War II. Okay, I'm interested in Pacific Squadrons. Basically another ad for another game. Right, okay, moving on. Both flight sims. Now why would a mouse have flight sim? You know, that should be in there with their joysticks. You know, guess what? They do have joysticks. Okay, r.a.t. 5. That rat looks like he's a cyborg. Boom! This mouse is actually called a cyborg because of its looks, and I'll get into that in a minute. Okay, that's the instruction manual. Not complicated. It's in multiple languages. Okay, of course I'm just going to read the English language, and we'll start at number 1. Here it is. Download the software. It does not come with a CD. You have to go to the website madcatz.com and download the software. Okay, download the drivers first, and then download the. Oh, actually, it says then plug it in, plug the USB in. And then go to download their smart technology, which is basically their operating system that you can adjust and modify the buttons and stuff like that. Then it says set your precision aim button. I'll go into where that is, but you can adjust that. I don't need to. I don't really use precision aim, but that's not really why I got this mouse. And I'll go into that towards the end. Okay, adjustable DPI. Yeah, it has 4 preset, and then you can adjust your DPI just depending on the feel that you want for that game or whatever you're doing. And then the mode button, and you can set certain settings for each mode, and then you can change modes depending on the game you're playing or vice versa. Then you go to the other side, is really just a description of where the buttons are. You got an adjustable length, I'll go into that. Precision aim, where that button is, and 4 DPI settings preset. That can be adjusted. Okay, that was the manual. Okay, whoa. Warranty information. This actually has something funny inside of it. I read it and I wanted to laugh, but they were writing it in such a way that they thought it was serious. Okay, let's look at quick start guide, plug in the USB. No, that's not the one. It has something to do with the warning here. Seizures. No, that's not it. Cautions. No, I hear this. Repetitive motion injuries. Okay. It says, playing video games, oh, let me back that up. It says playing video/PC games and the repetitive motion involved can make your muscles, joints, and skin hurt. Playing video PC games in moderation can help avoid such damage. Also take 10 to 15 minutes break every hour, even if you don't think you need to. If your hands, wrists, or arms become hurt or feel sore or tired, stop playing and rest them for several hours before playing again. If pain and soreness continues, stop playing and consult a doctor. Okay, how many of you guys out there, or gals, play for hours on end, like 2, 3, 4 hours without taking a break? This guy, okay. You gotta condition your body to be able to play like that. You can't be taking breaks all the time. Your team needs you. All right, let's start talking about this mouse a little bit, okay? This is the Cyborg Madcatz r.a.t. 5, right? Okay, just to give you a layout of where everything is. I mean, you can see that there's wiring on the inside, and you know, it's kind of like a cybernetic look. It's got gaps, it's holes. It looks very blocky. It doesn't look rounded. Just looking at it, you're saying, oh my gosh, that's not going to fit my hand very well, man. That mouse sucks. Okay, but it doesn't. This mouse is actually pretty awesome. Okay, this top part is very durable, super thick plastic, okay? You have a thumb rest. So when your hand is on the mouse, your thumb, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, your thumb is sitting right there on that rest so that when you're moving your mouse, your thumb is not dragging the mouse pad. Okay, so you're not wearing out your thumb's not getting any additional abrasions. Okay, now let's look at some of the buttons on here. Okay, of course you got your mouse wheel. That mouse wheel is thick. It is monstrous, okay? It's a, I would say it's an industrial mouse wheel. I mean, when you look at that thing, you're like, oh my gosh, what is that? That's like a tire. Okay, and then you got your left and of course your right mouse buttons, okay? These are big, solid, and they have this like texture about them. I got the matte, I got the black matte. It comes in multiple colors. It comes smooth also, but it has like this rubberized feel to it I really like, right? Okay, and then you've got a mode button just to the left of your left mouse button, okay, and it's in colors. So when you go to select your mode, how it changes colors, right? Okay, well I'm just going to keep it on red because that's my oh, that's purple. That's my MWO mode, okay? And then right here in the center, you have a DPI button. It's a 2-position button, so you can push forward for it to raise, and you can pull back on it. It's got like a lip back here, a very easily findable like ridge that you can just press on that ridge and it'll dial it down. Okay, so you go up and then down. Okay, obviously. Or actually that might be down and this is up. I don't remember. I set it on the first setting right here because when I go my DPI, you can see how it's changing, all my DPIs. And then I can lower my DPIs. There it is. And then, okay, there is a wheel here. This is a functional, usable wheel. It can be programmed to do things. What? I don't know. But I don't ever use it. When I'm playing, the only thing I'm using are these 2 buttons, sometimes the mouse wheel, and then sometimes these buttons on the left side. I hate my previous mouse, which had buttons on both sides. And when I squeezed a button on the left side, I had a tendency to squeeze a little bit on the other side. And so I was pushing 2 buttons at the same time. And it was crazy. Well, I have not had that problem with this mouse. Every time I use these buttons on the left side, I just apply a little gentle pressure on the right side of this mouse. And I can press these buttons with no problem. So in effect, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, buttons on this thing. Okay, this can be considered a wheel and a button, so that'd be 10. And this is a wheel going left and right, so that could be 11. Okay, so those are the buttons on the top. Okay, and then we have the side buttons. You have your precision aim button right here. It's in red. It's a thumb button. That's the tip of your thumb. You can feel it. It's very easy to identify which button it is. You press that and you hold it, and then it'll drop your DPI considerably, so that when you're trying to get that long range sniper shot, you can do that just by holding that button, and then pow, you fire. Okay, now you got your forward and backwards buttons. These are usually used on websites, so you can go forwards, backwards pages, you know. But you can also you can program them to do anything. I've already reprogrammed one of these buttons to be a recruitment statement. So when I go into a match and I can just push that button, it'll automatically send a recruitment statement to the field, like, hey, we're recruiting. Okay, so I've done that. All right, now let's talk about this back plate right here. This back plate right here, it is adjustable. It will go in and out. It even has like numbers on here. That's 10, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Whatever, ignore that. It's just for cool looks. You can see inside there's grooves. I don't know if you can see that, but there are like little notches. That's because when you adjust it, it sits down inside those notches. Let's flip this over. Okay, that's the bottom of it. But there is this thing right here that's attached to the back plate. When you adjust it, you just squeeze that in, and then this thing slides in and out. Okay, that's the compact version right there. And if I wanted to extend it out all the way, I could. And that's the fully extended version. The fully extended version I found makes it doesn't fit right. It feels like it's fitting right here in the ball of my hand, and I don't want that. I want it to be closer to the front of my hand. So what I've done is, and that's personal preference, just slide it up just a hair until it snaps into place. And that way my hand will just fit right on it. Okay, so now I'm moving my mouse with what we call the ball of my hand right here, and that's what I'm actually moving the mouse with, not my grip. I'm not gripping the mouse. I'm just pushing it with the ball of my mouse, and it slides real easily because on the bottom you've got these I don't know what they call them, grip slides right here, right here, right here, right here. You can buy those separately and get those attached if you want. This is a metal bottom. Okay. It's very durable. The top of it, of course, and the thumb plate, it's all, you can replace this because there's a screw. You just unscrew it, put a new one on. A lot of this can be replaced, and a lot of the spare parts are actually sold separately. So, you know, if you ever have a problem with your mouse, you can actually purchase the spare parts and fix it. Okay, but so far, well, after one day, I've not had any problems. Okay. Okay, so that's basically all the buttons, and the feel of it is great. I've used it last night during MechWarrior Online, and I was enjoying great success. I enjoyed it. Let's talk about the weight system. I got to show you the weight system before I move on to the software, because then I'm going to do screen capture for that. Okay, the weights. Here's a couple of the weights that it comes with. Okay, it has a whole bunch of weights. Let's go ahead and flip this over. Let's just move that out of the way. Okay, because I can adjust that when I'm done. Knob right here, just unscrew it. Be careful, it is spring loaded. It does have a spring on it. Very soft spring, but it's still, it is a spring. Okay, it comes out, right? Take the spring off. Okay, very good. That's kind of like a little plastic washer. And then all your weights are inside. Right there, you can see the additional weights. You can take all of them out if you want, and you can play, just put this back on, and you can play with a very light mouse. Oh, that mouse is still not crazy light. It's still got a good weight to it. Or you could heavy in it. You can increase the weight by putting all the weights on, or any number of weights, to make the mouse feel a little bit heavier. Okay, now that's a little bit heavier. You know what? It's personal preference, right? I'm going to put all the weights on, just because. Why not, right? It should improve my aim, actually. Just like a rifle. The heavier the rifle, the better your aim. Okay. Oh yeah, now that feels like I've got a machine there. Okay, it's nice and heavy. Okay. Okay, let's open that up. Perfect. Right there. Okay, so that's the r.a.t. Precision Gaming Mouse. And what I want to do now is show you the software that it comes with. Well, I'll let you download, actually.
All right, here we go. Now, this is my screen capture, and I just wanted to show you, before I got into the software, where you can find this software. You find it right here. Well, in my system, it's in your taskbar, and you'll find it right there. It looks like the picture of the r.a.t. mouse, and it says r.a.t. mouse. You click it, you open it, it brings this up. Now, I've got my MWO profile, but I could get to my profile editor. That's really what you're looking for. Brings up this, it shows me that it's loading, takes a second to load, and there it is. Did you know that you can left click on a cell, type in your command, press the click OK, and blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Okay, and there's the software. All right, and that's your intro screen that you pulls up. It shows you your mouse, your r.a.t. It also shows you, just smart technology, and it's the product basically. Now you've got the settings, you've got programming, and you have support. So let's go to settings. Okay, and here's your 5600 DPI, and remember that button I showed you about increasing and decreasing your DPI? Well, that's what I'm pushing. I'm pushing this button. Whoa, my mouse is going super fast. See how that's max DPI. Let's bring this down so it's a little bit more manageable. Okay, and that is the DPI button that I'm pressing. Is that too low? Okay, so you notice how there's 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights? I don't think I'll ever need 5600 DPI. So let's go to this one, right? And let's lower that to maybe 4500. And apply it. Okay, I don't know what this left thing is. I assume they would go down together, but I guess not. Oh, that's X and Y. I guess that's up and left, up and down, left and right. Let's apply it. Now 32, still probably a little too high. Let's go with like maybe a 25. To me, 25 is super fast. Okay, and then we'll apply that. 16's pretty good speed, but I'm going to bring it down just a tad. I'm going to apply maybe a little more than that, actually, probably down to 1000. Apply that, and I think 800 is too fast for aiming properly, so I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. There we go. Now with that setting, see, my mouse still moves really good. Okay, and you can adjust it all the way down to 100 if you want. Okay, so that's the settings there. Now you have, remember the precision fire button. Well, when you hold it down, it'll actually reduce your aiming by, or your current setting by 50%. So yeah, if you want to do that. And then these lights here are the indicators for these levels here. Okay, and then that's your mode button. You can change it to different modes. Okay, I think I've already told you all that. Let's go to programming. Okay, and this tells you what your buttons are set to do. You have a scroll button, and then you have a precision aim, forward, back button, thumb counterclockwise, thumb clockwise. But now remember, I've got a precision aim button. I've already got a macro set in the precision aim button. It's not really showing us what that is. Let's activate this profile. Okay. Do you want to replace it? No. Okay. Cancel that out. So I'm not activating a new profile. This is the loaded profile is untitled. So let's go ahead. Yep. Let's go ahead and load. You want to replace it? Okay, so now the MWO mode profile is loaded, and if I go down to my precision aim button, it should, okay, it doesn't actually, well, here, let's test it. Test. Now when I press my precision aim button, it should load something. It's not. Okay, so let's change it. Let's go precision aim, and I clicked it, and then now I can type in here, and we're going to say Debian royals.engine.com, right? And then I'm going to OK it. And then I'm going to name it. What am I going to name it? Recruiting. Recruiting. Or just website, really. Hit enter. And now it says recruiting right there. And it says precision aim recruiting. That's like the macro it's going to use. So now when I go to test that button, I go to test. And I can press that button. And it shows you all the keystrokes that it does. Okay. Oh, you know what? I never saved it. Save. Now let's go to test. Yep, still the same thing. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see what else. You got the forward button, you got the back button, you got all these buttons. So you can modify and adjust, and this is just a picture. And then support. It shows startup tips, download drivers and softwares, basically all that stuff. Select your language. The problem with programming that I don't like, this is the one thing I do not like about the programming, there is no way to put a pause or a delay. So like, just using this as an example, when I'm trying to get my autocannons to fire in rhythm, so I want them to go 1, pause, 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 2, pause, 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 3, pause, 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 4. That way I don't get any of that ghost heat, or it basically has a standard boom, 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 instead of now with the way this system works, from what I can tell, now I could be wrong because I've only had it for a day, but from what I can tell is as soon as I press that button, it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It pushes them like all exactly at the same time. Okay, I can demonstrate that. Let me pull up a WordPad real quick. Okay, you should be able to see that right there. Now I'm going to press the macro button. Boom. You notice how it goes all at one time? It doesn't type it. It doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes boom all at once. And when I'm firing my weapons, I don't necessarily want them all to fire at once, because that's the whole reason why I created a macro. And with that, I would have to use the macro software, separate macro software, or I would have to resort to my old mouse, which has macro software built in. I was really hoping that it would have it built in the Madcatz. It doesn't. All right, well, thank you for coming out and checking out this video about the Madcatz. On a scale of 1 to 10 so far, I would give it probably about a 8. And if it had a macro function that would allow me to put pauses in there, I would give it a 10. Okay, but because it doesn't, I'm dropping that down to an 8, because it does feel good. The buttons work, and this is something my other mouse has a problem with, and this one does not have this problem. So that's why I'm giving it high grades, or this is the one reason why I switched to this mouse in the first place. My previous mouse, when I had it plugged into the computer, it's also USB. When I turned the computer on, the computer could not identify the mouse. I would have to physically unplug the mouse, then plug it back in, and then it would register a new mouse being plugged into the computer. That happened in my previous computer and my new computer. So I don't think it's the computer, I think it's the mouse itself. And then when I plugged this mouse in, turn the computer off, day later, turn the computer back on, it identifies the mouse right away, and it functions with macros and everything. So the r.a.t. 5 is an awesome mouse. Software works fine with my computers. Don't have to unplug it. So now what I can do is plug this in the back of my computer, hidden wires, where the other one I had to constantly keep it plugged in the front USB ports, and then unplug it and plug it back. Every time I turn the computer on and off, I would have to unplug it and plug it back in. Sometimes when the computer went to sleep and it came back on, it wouldn't identify it again, so I would have to unplug it and plug it back in. And that was just annoying. And it got me to the verge where I was willing to spend about $55 on this mouse. This is awesome mouse, and thanks for coming out and checking out this video. And remember, guys, have fun.